Story 1. My sense of humor. I do not care if it is weird or if people do not think I am funny. Story 2. Going on random drives with no destination is seriously my therapy. Story 3. Lego, video games, fossils, having cool themed birthday parties, watching Disney movies, my Dr. Martens, my teddy bears, and my right to do whatever I want. Story 4. Comfort. I do not want to travel and stay in a poor quality hotel or share a room with multiple people. Story 5. Being kind. People become ruder and more miserable as they age. I make it a point to avoid being rude unnecessarily and to treat people with kindness. I am not putting myself on a pedestal, just answering the question. Story 6. Toys. I love toys in general, both for playing with and collecting. I don't have children, so I become the cool uncle who lives in a toy house. Story 7. Being physically active is important. I hear people my age saying they cannot do that. I am too old. Being old is a mindset. Keep going. Your joints are creaking because you do not use them. Story 8. Creature comforts. A nice big house set at a good temperature, comfortable well-made cars, and items of higher quality so that you do not have to use cheap products all the time. Story 9. Exercising, I swear on God, has been my saving grace. I have no real health issues, and I like to believe it is from a lifetime of working out and eating well. Story 10. I settled on my personal fashion back in 1996, and I am sticking with it. Band t-shirt, jeans or chinos, Chuck Taylor shoes. If it is slightly chilly, a flannel overshirt. Story 11. I still regularly find animals and take them to my parents' house. Last week, I rescued 4 sheep that they now own. I often bring home strays to my family home. Story 12. My own happiness. It might sound selfish, but I think it is high time I retire from the job of raising 2 adults and a child who is now almost an adult, and of whom I am so proud. However, it is all just so exhausting. I feel like it is time I start doing things I love and prioritize myself a bit. We do not get to be in our 20s again after all. Story 13. Comfort. I cannot stay at hostels anymore, cannot wait hours for a reservation, and cannot tolerate bad customer service. I suppose my time is valued differently as I get older. Story 14. Not going to lose my integrity by giving in to the casual dating culture. Story 15. Cash. People give me strange looks when I pay with actual cash. Story 16. Kindness. Look, I'll be honest. I'm a jaded, exhausted little nugget, and I've pretty much lost all faith in us as a species. But the one thing in my control is making sure I am not the reason why someone else has a bad day. Costs literally nothing to be kind. Story 17. My morals and beliefs. Today, people are eager to fight to prove who is socially or politically correct. It is exhausting and quite immature. Story 18. Unsuccessfully making dark music and dressing accordingly. Some people think it is a young person's game, but I love it so much. I am going to die as that weird metal grandpa whose music sounds bad because he lost all dexterity and hearing. Story 19. Trying new things can include hobbies, food, travel, fashion, memes, music, or anything else. If I don't like it, no problem. Life is just more interesting with novelty in it. Story 20. Playfulness, curiosity, and allowing myself to be fully present in the moment without thinking about anything else. Story 21. Learning started at age 6 and will continue without stopping. Story 22. My peace and tranquility. Anyone not contributing to this has no place in my life. Story 23. Comfort and peace. Avoiding toxic family members and people for my mental health. Story 24. As of now, I am playing soccer. I said I would play until I truly could not anymore. I am out of shape, so I am not in my prime. I have many friends who have stopped playing because they are on their 3rd anterior cruciate ligament surgery. But it is my one true passion. I have been playing for 30 years, and it is the one exercise I do not even think twice about doing. For now, I am still hanging in there. Story 25. Shorts in the winter. It rarely gets below 40 degrees Fahrenheit down here. Story 26. My coffee and alone time in the morning. I get up before everyone, so it is usually not an issue. On the very rare occasion that I sleep in a bit and am not the first one up, my day is off. Story 27. I was going to say I wear Crocs every day, but I look around now and it seems like everybody is wearing them. Who knew this old dad would be such a trendsetter? Story 28. Wine, chocolate, speaking my mind, using profanity, wearing what I want, not apologizing for who I am. I should probably stop there. Story 29. You. I would also not let you down, run around, or desert you. Story 30. Sleeping as much as I want to, being alone and having quiet time when I need it. Enjoying food, especially chocolate, without guilt. Red wine, triple ply chamomile-infused Kleenex. Going on vacation at least twice a year, even if it is a solo trip. Good Irish butter. Story 31. My childhood had many things I wished were different. I spent my adulthood healing that little girl. Story 32. My own time. No more doing too much for others at my expense. Story 33. Decorating my house for the holidays. As a child, trick-or-treating was my favorite time of the year. In December, my parents took me and my siblings on cold, late-night drives with hot chocolate, passing people's houses to find the ones with the most Christmas lights. Felt like heaven. The holidays were my favorite, so I promised myself that as an adult, I would do everything I could to make life magical for children each year and never grow out of it. Every year, I decorate, pass out candy, and put up holiday lights, no matter how tired or stressed I am from life and work. Story 34. Money. With money, I will have my hobbies, happiness, and peace of mind. Story 35. You. Nor will I let you down. Story 36. I would rather sleep than stay up playing games, going to clubs, or doing anything else. Story 37. My freedom. Relationships are a thing of the past as far as I am concerned. Finally, at 51 years of age, I have realized they are just not worth the trouble. Story 38. Nice toilet paper. I still have not tried the bidet route yet, but am considering it. Story 39. Excitement about the daily weather or nature in general keeps simple curiosities high. Sounds silly, but it has made daily life much more exciting as an adult. What does the atmosphere have to offer today? It is always so artistic. Story 40. I have a donut every morning for breakfast. I am trying to lose weight. I know how many calories that donut contains, and I know that it makes a major dent in my caloric budget for the day. However, I just cannot deal if I do not get my donut, so I work the rest of my diet around it. Story 41. I really dislike boxer briefs or just briefs. However, everyone tells me I am crazy whenever the subject comes up. Story 42. A rail bed. No more of this going to visit family where we have to cobble together 2 kids' mattresses and an uncomfortable couch. Either we're staying in a guest room with a real bed or we will book a hotel. Story 43. Joy. You would be surprised how many things that people call growing up are actually depression. Story 44. Eating while watching television or a movie is enjoyable. Not every night, but we used to do it as a special treat when I was a child. I still love to do it now. Something about it always feels so relaxing. Story 45. Having an edible every night before I go to bed, and then noticing how the background music on the television show I am watching is the most incredible music I have ever heard. Story 46. As I get older, I refuse to give up eating snacks and cereals for children. There is something nostalgic and fun about them that brings me joy, and I believe it is important to hold on to those simple pleasures. Story 47. You. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna turn around and desert you. Story 48. Good sleep and a good dog. People are unpredictable. Dogs love you forever. Story 49. I refuse to give up my values for another person's happiness. Story 50. Naps. I will not give up nap time. I was not a napper until I got to college. I will never give up my naps. Story 51. You. I also do not plan to let you down, run around and desert you, make you cry, say goodbye, or tell a lie and hurt you. Story 52. So far it is alcohol, which is very foolish because I am at the age when it will finally catch up with me and cause the most damage. Story 53. My comfortable bed. A friend of mine suggested we go camping. No, thank you. Story 54. Never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Story 55. Nicotine. It is now through vaping instead of tobacco, but I disregard caution. I am approaching 70. If I like it, I do it. Story 56. Me time. It is still as important to me as it was when I was a child. I will make time for it if I have to. Story 57. My hair. I wish I had shaved off what was left of it. Story 58. Going on long walks listening to music calms me down when I am stressed. Story 59. Just turned 50, playing video games and running around like a crazy 12-year-old in wonderment with too much sugar. Story 60. I feel like the replies would be better if people included their age. I mean, is the person 25 or 70? I'm in my mid-40s and I play video games regularly, as I have since I was a child. I hope I never lose interest, but I guess if you do, you don't miss it. Story 61. Peace of mind. There is a lot to be said about feeling peaceful within yourself no matter what is going on. As long as you are happy within yourself, you are okay. Story 62. My stuffed flamingo. I got her as an adult, albeit a bit younger, but she goes everywhere with me. I even got her tattooed on me. Story 63. Never going to give you up. Never going to let you down. Never going to turn around and desert you. Story 64. Putting off sleep and staying up late to binge watch shows, go out, or do anything past my bedtime is just not worth it. Story 65. My monkey doll from when I was a kid. Her name is Sally. Story 66. Sleeping in. I live my life on a strict work schedule, including early mornings. When I get a chance not to have to set an alarm, I take it. Story 67. My mission is to end perpetuating childhood trauma, so my children grow up confident, secure, resilient, and overall happy and healthy. It is challenging since I am the first to take on this challenge, but I know what I experienced and refuse to have my children feel the same way I did growing up. Story 68. My ankle socks. I live in South Florida, and it is hot outside. Story 69. My day off. If they want me to work on my day off, it is because the manager made a mistake and wants me to fix it for him so that he can return to making other errors. I do not need the extra money as much as I need the time off. Story 70. To act like a child. At times in life, you are meant to be serious, but no one should ever let go of their inner child. Story 71. Cash. Most of my peers are amazed that I still carry it and prefer it. Story 72. Our game consoles include my PlayStation 2, Wii, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo 3DS. My dad still has his red Nintendo DS Lite and TurboGrafx 16. We also have our semi-modern computers, 2 with Windows Vista, 1 with Windows XP, several Mac computers, and my Dell Inspiron 3910 tower with Windows 11. Story 73. My inner child, whether it is a simple sense of wonder or some enjoyable silliness. Story 74. Honestly, my emotional side. I am sorry, but I cannot stop being a human just to appear as society's version of strong. Story 75. Cannabis staying in amazing shape and being child-free. Hope to attain Master Rashi status someday. Story 76. Punk rock and heavy metal. More heavy metal than punk, but I love some Minor Threat. Story 77. Time for me. I happily give to others and spend plenty of quality time with loved ones, but I refuse to reach burnout status again because I am not taking care of myself. Story 78. I refuse to give up my time at home with my family for work. I do not pick up extra shifts, stay late, or come in on days off because the company is shorthanded. You are a tool to your company, nothing more, and you will be replaced or eliminated the moment the business no longer needs you. Why would you prioritize that over the people you care about and who care most about you? Work hard when you work and you will still make progress, but do not sacrifice the things that really matter. If they struggle without you doing extra, that is their responsibility for not hiring enough people or making their workflow efficient enough. Story 79. My alone time. I need quality time when no one gets in my face and asks for attention. Period. Story 80. I work in a career field where I can complete my job from home most of the time, at a faster and more productive rate. If my employer requires me to commute to the office every day, I will look for a new job. I can do a hybrid schedule with 1 to 2 days a week in the office at most, with almost no exceptions. Story 81. Constantly changing the backgrounds and wallpapers on all phones and monitors. Half my subscriptions are to the fantasy art subscriptions. I am constantly doing this and have been for 25 years. Story 82. The things and hobbies I like, I enjoy, and I don't let people make me feel bad for enjoying what I enjoy. Story 83. Video games and watching animated shows and cartoons from when I was a child. Story 84. Hobbies. My job will not force me to neglect what keeps me sane. Story 85. I have to give up my television video recorder in November, according to the cable company. Story 86. I still love playing video games and I will never stop. I am currently saving up for a new gaming PC because it is expensive. Story 87. Apparently, my music collection. I knew a full year in advance that we were moving and downsizing, and I considered selling my collection. In the end, I moved it, bought new shelves, and kept it. As much as I would like to let go, the fidelity and the curation of it all is what I plan to enjoy in my retirement years. 1,000 LPs, 5,000 CDs. Story 88. Using an iron. I know steamers have been popular, but I love my well-ironed clothes. Story 89. Physical media such as Blu-ray and 4K ultra-high definition are important. Moving exclusively to digital and streaming is a mistake and will have negative consequences in the long term. People may not realize this yet or may refuse to acknowledge it because the appeal of convenience is too great. Story 90. My time is not for people or jobs that do not deserve or respect it. We only have so much time, and life is too short to waste on those who do not value it. Story 91. Habits and eccentricities that harm no one, even if others think they are strange. Story 92. My stuffed animal that I have had since I was 4 years old. I am 31 now. Story 93. Going for happy walks in the rain and jumping in puddles is much more fun now because my girlfriend enjoys it just as much. I am 51. Story 94. My free time. Just because I am not at work does not mean I am available. Story 95. Time. I mean, especially friends who are always late. I started cutting them off slowly. I do not have time to wait around for people who are constantly late or cannot make time for me. Story 96. Going to the club to listen to more new house music. I am 36 and married. House music is timeless. And there is nothing like hearing an amazing disc jockey over the speakers and dancing enthusiastically. My favorite place was Berlin in Chicago. Sadly, it is closed now. Story 97. I am going to play Magic: The Gathering until I die. Ladies, feel free to line up here. Story 98. Playing football, also known as soccer, and trying to improve. I have never been the best player, and at 36 years old, I will never get a chance to play for a professional team. However, I still try to improve my skills when I play and feel upset with myself if I perform poorly, even in a casual pickup game. Story 99. Snorkeling in dangerous places, such as far offshore in shark-infested waters. Story 100. Pre-diabetic here. Quit drinking, quit smoking, but you will have to pry chocolate out of my cold, dead hands. Story 101. Guitar. I look like that old man who plays guitar, but it makes me happy, even though younger kids can play better than I can. Story 102. Red Bull. Spending time with my children, trying hard to get enough sleep to avoid being miserably tired throughout the day. Story 103. Reading or watching fan-made content about topics I am interested in. I will read over 100,000 words in a day if necessary. Story 104. My free time. Everyone can get frustrated, especially on your 4-year-old's birthday. I work all week just to get to the weekend. I'm not wasting it on what is important to you. As a friend, if you need help, I have you, but as a friend, I would also never ask you to do something you don't want to do. Story 105. Refusing to trust my intuition. Refusing to give up on myself. Story 106. Nothing. The more I like something, the more keenly life seems to demand greater sacrifices to keep it. Story 107. My political affiliation. I had none at all from age 18 to 24. Now that I am older, I can see many problems in the political system. Drain the swamp. Story 108. Weed and games. I raise my child. I work hard at my job. Just let me relax and play games every now and then. Story 109. Napping. My willingness to be able to say no. My weekend mornings and afternoons, I will make plans with you at night. During the day, I need my quiet. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.